I'm laying here, relaxing. My AC ain't working. I'm mad about that, but my fan is working. I'm grateful about that. They say the camera puts 10 pounds extra on you. Well, this camera is making my face look extremely fat, and my face is nowhere near this fat. My goodness. So, for those of you who are watching, this is not the real size of my head or my cheeks or my face. The camera just makes me look fat, and I am nowhere near this fat. I wonder why somebody made a rude comment on my other channel that I made a few years back saying that I was fat, and I was wondering in my mind, what on God's green earth and what in God's name would make somebody call me fat, and I'm not even fat. Now I understand why. These cameras make you look big. But anywho, um, I haven't done a video in a while because I've just been crazy busy trying to get some things together in my personal life. But I just wanted to talk about how important it is that we all must get our credit in order. We all must get our finances in order, and we all must get our houses in order. If we can do those three things, get our house in order, our finances in order, and our credit in order, our lives will be a lot more easier to navigate through. So as of this day, Saturday, September the 28th, 2019, I am going to be offering a service that will help people get their credit scores increased and get their credit history cleaned and get their payment history up so that when you go and apply for a house or a car or an apartment or a credit card or something else significant in your life that is huge, you won't have a lot of people turning their heads from you, and you won't have a lot of people charging you up the yin yang just to get something started or charging you a fat down payment. And you'll have a whole lot of creditors throwing credit cards at you instead of turning the other way. But when you ever get in this position to where these banks and creditors start throwing credit card offers at you, be very wise and selective in who you choose to get a credit card with and how many credit cards you choose to obtain, because then you could put yourself in a position where that could be pretty dangerous. You don't want to take on more credit than what you can pay for. You don't, you want to take on the amount of credit that you know that you can handle, okay? So once you get your credit in order, don't jump into the pitfalls of getting back into debt and ruining all the work that you put in to get your credit back on track. So that's what the goal is. We want to have financial health, mental health, emotional health, and we want to be stable. We want to grow. We want to do better. Now, that is not just for me, but it is for all the people watching, for all people of all races, of all backgrounds, for both men and women, you name it. We all want to get some kind of order to our lives. And the only way that we could begin getting order to our lives is fixing our credit. You fix your credit, your money will be the next thing that'll follow into place, because believe it or not, a lot of employers are looking at your credit score. A lot of employers are looking at your credit score. So nowadays, if you don't have decent credit, a lot of employers won't even employ you because they view it as, okay, if this person's credit score isn't decent, this is an irresponsible person. I can't trust this person with my company, my business, my money. That's how they think, honestly. They also could look at it as, okay, this person's credit is not great. So this person we can't trust to be responsible, or we can't trust to be loyal. This person, might quit on us in a month, quit on us in a week. So those are things you guys may want to consider and think about how important it is to have good credit, okay? So once I get a website up and once I get all the tools and features and design and everything ready for you all, I will be ready to start offering the service to you guys, because mailing off uh, letters to these credit bureaus, that's not a whole lot of work. I have time to do that. And I would love to provide this service and mail off these letters for people that may not have the time to do it themselves. There's a lot of people in America that don't have time to do this because they're working. So I want to step in and provide that service and that time for people who can't do it for themselves. And I think it's a great investment. And once you make the investment and you see how much your credit score has improved, you're going to be so grateful that you made that investment and so grateful that you put in the work to get your credit fixed. One of my sisters, it took her, I want to say, roughly about 2 years to get her credit to where it is now. Her credit is above 700. I asked her, I said, how did you get your score to be above 700? And she just told me everything that she did. She pretty much gave me a list of things that she did to get her credit to be healthy like it is now. And all it is just, you know, making monthly payments and making sure that shows up on your credit every month to the credit bureaus. And then just cleaning up things on your credit that either should not be there or isn't true, that isn't yours, or accounts on there that may be there for however long it's there and it's not your account. Maybe someone opened up an account in your name. Who knows? Just cleaning up things in your credit history that should not be there. And then whatever you have in collections, start making arrangements to pay those things off. Now, I watch videos of people saying don't pay off the collections. I'm going to do some thorough reading and research into that and find out how true that is. Because even if you start paying off these collections, you have the leverage to get those collections removed off of your credit history if you pay off what you owe. But if you don't pay off what you owe, you spend a lot of time fighting, and you spend a lot of time trying to make negotiations to get them to remove certain things off your credit that they may not remove because you didn't pay them. So I'm not going to say not paying them is better, and I'm not going to say paying them is better either. I'm just going to say that the best decision to make as far as collections go is what is the rules in terms of collections. Just like the rule for the amount of credit that you use and that you obtain. There's a 40-60 rule and there's a 30-70 rule. I've heard those two rules. So if there's a rule to how much credit you should be spending when you obtain it, I'm pretty sure there's a rule to getting the collections taken care of as well. So I'm going to dive into that and find out a little bit more about how to take care of collections, okay? So the first thing, you want to have a good payment history. You want to clean up all the negative stuff on your credit. That's your credit history. And you want to make sure that when you do obtain new credit, don't use 100% of your credit. Follow that 40-60 or 30-70 rule. Also, Once you get your credit to where it needs to be, it will open up so many doors for you. You have no idea. It'll open up so many doors for you. It'll make your life a heck of a lot easier. And you will find that a lot of bankers and creditors are not going to ask you for these hefty down payments that they be making people pay when their credit is not great. You can get a house with zero money down. You can get a credit card with zero money down. You can get a car with zero money down. All you have to do is have the right credit score. I'm trying to tell you, that is like the number one code cracker, the number one answer, the number one way to go, and the number one way to reconstruct your way of thinking when it comes to finances. It's your credit. Your credit means everything. I wish somebody taught me this at a very young age, because if I'd have known all these things at a very young age, it ain't no telling where I would be in my life today right now. But it's better late than never, okay? Always know that it's better late than never to understand how credit works and how much it can benefit you when you get your credit right. So that's all I have for this evening. I am going to be coming back to you guys real soon with more videos. So we will be talking about credit. We will be having conversations about things that's happening in the communities, things that's happening in the public. We will be talking about celebrities as well. We will be talking about, stories that are happening, and just have these conversations like I said before. Have conversations about things that will build knowledge. Knowledge is power. I've said it in my other videos. Knowledge is power. So credit and great conversation. We're going to get this thing going and keep it going. All right? You guys have a good night. Peace.